Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. I'm the host, Jeff Escow. I say this every day, excuse me, but it's kind of true. We got a jam-packed show, again, like we do each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, every day, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central,
figure that out for yourself if you people live in the Central.
and if you live in the Mountain, figure that crap out for yourself, too. we can't forget about the Mountain people, because I'm sure we have some Mountain people listening.
Yeah, you got some Mountain people listening.
I'm sure we do, Sean. I'm sure we do. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to the show. If you want to come out and hang out with us and actually hang out in the chat room with us, we're hanging out at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Spreaker.com. Now, if you don't have an account with them, guess what? It's free. Get yourself in a free account over there. When you get signed up at Spreaker.com, just type in Sports World Radio, all one word, Sports World Radio. You'll find me. Then when you find the show will come in at the bottom of the screen there. Press play, click the heart, open up the bubble next to the heart, and start chatting away like all these people are doing in the chat room right now. Look at all these freaking fools hanging out in the chat room. We got a bunch of them. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. And while you're doing that, you might as well head on over to Twitter. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio and follow us on Twitter as well. Now, if you want to get in touch with the show, you could go into our chat room and ask us a question that way. Or give us a call at 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to give us a call here at Sports World Radio. Now, with all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio on the 9th of October, 2014, 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:07 p.m. on the West. Weather right now, about 77 degrees, sunshiny and warm. Hello there to Josh Lopez, the wonderful producer who does a great job all the time with getting me the stories on time. Hello there, Jeff. How you doing? And thank you all for making us a part of the afternoon and evening.
What did you say? What was the temperature there in Potato Land?
77 degrees, Jeff.
77 degrees in Idaho? The land of potatoes?
Correct.
Wow. 77 degrees, huh? That must be nice. That must be nice and comfy, huh? Is the sun out?
The sun is out.
The sun is out and it's 77 degrees, huh? You know what it's like here in San Diego today? I take a wild guess.
84.
You're pretty damn close. It's 85 and sunny and beautiful and gorgeous like it is each and every day here at Sports World Radio. That's why I live in sunny San Diego. You know that, right?
Right on.
I don't have to shovel no freaking snow. Snow season's coming up back east, man. I hope I'm back east quick and out before the snow even decides to land on the ground. And I hear it's getting kind of cold back in New York where I'm going. Ooh, I'm not liking that too much. Because you know what? I don't have no cold clothes. I live in sunny San Diego, damn it.
Better get your father and get yourself over to Walmart and get yourself some sweatshirts.
You're going to have to get me some clothes.
For that trip in New York next month.
I'm going to have to get me some clothes. Otherwise, I'm going to freeze my ass off.
This is a sports show, and there's a lot of stuff we have to get to.
We do.
Start it off.
Okay, I'm Okay, you know what? I know you're going to start off with Skippy, but I'm changing it because I want to save him for a minute. Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
Here we go.
I'm changing it. I got two things I want to talk about.
Sure.
Two things. And one is in the NFL. If you were here on the show on Monday, that's right. I'm throwing the show for a loop. Sorry, Josh, the producer of the show. Oops, I did it again. If you were here on Monday's show, because I know it was Monday's show, because I was yelling during Monday night's pregame show on the radio, correct? About a certain person wearing a certain set of headphones, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, there's an article that came out today. Okay? And I seen it. I was like, "Oh, I have to go read this." Do you know that Colin Kaepernick got fined $10,000 for wearing the Beats by Dre headphones during his press conference? Got fined 10 grand for wearing the Beats headphones. When the NFL has told all the NFL players that the Beats headphones are banned. You can't wear them 90 minutes after a game. They're banned. And he's not the only one that's going to get fined. Remember Monday night? I was yelling at the screen when Sherman was walking in because he's wearing Beats headphones. I said, "You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. You're going to get fined." Well, he got fined too for wearing the Beat headphones while he was walking into the stadium. How about that?
Shocked. Not actually shocked by it because Colin Kaepernick enjoys his music. I've seen press conferences where he's always had a set of headphones and he's probably listening to rap music or music for whatever the music is, and he's just always got it around him. So he got fined $10,000.
Josh is like, "Ha, Jeff, I sent that story to Sean already, so that doesn't bother me. Ha. Screw you." Well,
So-
okie dokie, Stokey.
I knew, Josh. I did see that with Colin Kaepernick.
But how
and I
crazy
actually
is
had
that?
to
So,
save
yeah.
that when Frank
So-
was going to come in.
So the headline, well, we'll talk about it when Frank comes in again. But when the headline that got me, the headline that says, "I'm the marked man. Colin Kaepernick fined $10,000 for wearing headphones." I was like, "Yeah, I got to go see this." He got fined 10 grand for standing on his press conference with his headphones around his neck, no wire coming out of it, just his headphones. So he did that for a reason, because there's no wire coming out of it. There's nothing hooked to it. He just has his headphones on his neck. And not only that, you can guarantee that he ain't paying that $10,000. Okay? Beats by Dre was told that the multi-million-dollar headphones company would pay whatever fine Kaepernick got for continuing to wear the product. For the company like that, $10,000 in advertising for being part of an NFL controversy is just a sound investment.
Last month, Colin Kaepernick announced that he had been fined more than $11,000 and had appealed the penalty for what an official called, quote, inappropriate language
This
by the
guy's
quarterback
getting-
following a fourth-quarter interception and a 28-20 loss to the Bears in the September 14th home opener.
This guy's getting fined left and right. $12,000 for that, $10,000 for this.
Read my lips. He'll get suspended. He keeps this up and he keeps trying to fight the NFL. Roger Goodell's going to come out and say,
See, that's
you're going to get suspended now. Follow the rules or you're going to get suspended like 2 or 3 games.
I'm not. That's the only way they're going to make him stop is to take games from him. The money, they don't give a crap about the money.
That, yeah.
Yeah, they don't give a flying fig Newton about the money. You know that. The only way they're going to stop if you take them out of a game or suspend them for a game, then they'll stop doing it. But I'm not too happy with Roger Goodell right now, because he made a statement yesterday that he said something about he's trying to stop the players from ruining the integrity of the game. Well, how about what you're doing to the integrity of the game? Nobody's stopping you from screwing it up.
Yourself into, Goodell, when you're just sitting around and then finally saying this is the Roger Goodell National Football League.
Nobody's-
That's the way I'm calling it from now on.
Nobody's stopping him from screwing it up.
He probably said, I'm the NFL commissioner.
Well,
I'm the
he's-
one that knows everything. I can make my own rules. I'm the commissioner of the league.
Well, he's the problem with the player conduct stuff is he's the judge and jury and executioner, and that's wrong. Because obviously he screwed the pooch once before, and he shouldn't be doing it now. He should not be judge, jury, and executioner. There's no way.
How about this? Yet it's more than the $8,286 fine the Broncos' Julius Thomas faced for a chop block on Cardinals defensive end
Yeah, I saw that.
Campbell.
I saw that. Yeah, he got fined for that chop block that he put on. Yeah, I saw that. What is there, a college football game tonight? Jesus criminy.
There's a college football game and there's an NFL game. Make sure you guys get your picks in for tonight's game. It's the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. And on that note, we have to run to the first commercial of the day.
Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow and Showman. We'll be right back.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design.
Which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear, and do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 o'clock on the east, 3 o'clock on the west. Hey, Sean, if you live in the Central?
Live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
But what about the people in the mountain?
Who cares? Teasing.
Hey, you know something, Sean and I, this month, Sean don't remember the freaking date because he's a jackass, but that's besides the point.
Oh, jeez.
6 years we've been together, Sean and I. He's put up with me for 6 years. He's pressed my buttons for 6 years. And you want to know something? Now the son of a bitch has got help. Okay? I made the mistake. Well, it's not really a mistake. I brought in a producer of the show, Josh Lopez, who produces the show fantastically. I love having him here at Sports World Radio.
He does a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal job.
Props, buddy.
But now you have a partner in crime, you rat bastard. When Josh wasn't with Sports World Radio, you used to push my buttons by myself, and you used to do it every so often. Now, with Josh around, you two are ganging up on me. I know you are. You two, Josh and Sean, are ganging up on me. They're putting their heads together, and they're getting back at me for all the things I've done for Sean for the last 6 years and the things that I do to Josh. Because believe me, I piss these guys off all the time. And I do it because I think it's funny. And Sean's still with me, and Josh is around now. Now these guys are gaining up on me, and they're pushing my freaking buttons every single day. So with that said, we're going to have a new segment, and we're going to call it Skippy. So what did Skippy say today?
I have Skippy saved here just for a bit, but Josh, if I go back to what you just talked about for the first segment, Jeff, before we get to Skippy,
Okay.
Josh came up with a good point here. He says, going back to Kaepernick, that guy was already set for life with the money sports player gets paid too much already, but really $10,000 doesn't really affect him in the long run. Kaepernick been acting like Geno Smith today, and then he said, yeah, he's a little baby, and he gets put on the pedestal for being a running back, but he plays the quarterback position. That's the truth about Colin Kaepernick.
Well, Colin Kaepernick is making more money in his endorsements than he is in the NFL right now. I hate to tell you that.
And I made a point. Kaepernick, just shut your mouth. Pay your fine and play football. Stop screwing around and thinking that the objective here is, I want my headset. If not, I'm going to launch an appeal. You got time after the game to listen to your music. Focus on the football game. I've always seen that with him, too, on the sideline, time after time. He's always got his headset with him so he can listen to music. If I was a coach, I'd say, no, leave that in the locker room, or I'll put the backup quarterback in there. You can't let music and the game distract you. So pay your fine, be quiet, and
he's
quit
not going to pay
or what's going to happen, Jeff? He will lose games and get.
He's not going to pay the $10,000 fine, so it ain't going to matter.
Yeah.
Dre headphones are going to pay that freaking fine for him. He's making more money with the endorsement on Dre headphones than he is playing in the NFL. If I remember correctly, he's only making like $300,000-$400,000 in the NFL. He hasn't signed his big contract yet. Am I correct about that, Sean? Josh? Right?
In early June, Kaepernick, one of the NFL's most dynamic young play callers, received a $126 million 6-year contract extension.
Oh, he
that
did.
Keeps him with the organization through 2020.
Okay, so he did sign his $126 million. So he's set then. So $10,000 is like 25 cents to me and you, but he ain't gonna pay that fine anyway. The headphone, Beats is gonna pay that fine for him.
There's more to it in this topic that we talked about in the first segment. The deal includes a $61 million in guaranteed money.
He ain't going to pay that fine. But he ain't going to pay the fine, so it's not going to matter. You know?
Crazy.
And I bet you this is not... Do me a favor, Josh. Keep track on how many times this son of a bitch gets fined for wearing the headphones.
Yeah, please do.
Because him and Sherman are both sponsors of the headphones. They both, are do commercials or whatever, or spokesmen for the headphones. So if they get fined, who do you think's paying that? So I want you to keep track on how many times those sons of bitches get fined.
It almost reminds me of, Jeff, before I get to Skippy, that it reminds me of a show you and I did 2 years ago. And Josh, this is before you and Frank came to join our crew back in 2014 of this year, 2012. And that was when Maurice Jones-Drew was getting fined $30,000 a day because he wanted the Jaguars to release him or get traded, and then he didn't show up for training camp. and that was a fine that was $30,000 a day, and it went up to millions of dollars, millions. So we'll see how much money he has to pay for Colin Kaepernick. Okay, the next one is the Skippy Bayless segment. Here we go. Skippy Bayless time. Skip Bayless said today on the show that Andrew Luck is severely overrated and doesn't deserve the praise he gets, and that Tony Romo, Jeff, is the most underappreciated quarterback of all time.
You think he is?
I say he's not one of the clutch quarterbacks.
I don't know.
And then Skip Bayless said, hey, watch out for DeMarco Murray being the reason the Cowboys beating the Seahawks. Aren't we sick of this guy already? I know you are, Jeff. I'm sick of this. This guy just doesn't know how to keep his mouth quiet, and the more he talks, the more people want to stop listening to him.
There's no way that the Cowboys are beating Seattle. And he's calling it, isn't he? He's
calling it the upset special of the week. He says the Cowboys will upset and beat the Seahawks in Seattle.
I'm going to smack him in his head.
Skip Bayless said Thursday Night Football is one of his favorite nights of the week.
Why? Because it's inferior football. You like watching an inferior product? You know why you like watching an inferior product, Skippy? Because you're an inferior sports reporter. That's why. Oh, that's right. I did it again.
Skip Bayless said Thursday Night Football is the best thing the NFL has come up with recently, and the product and the ratings get better each week.
Oh, my God. Is he watching the same games we're watching? Or is he seeing something totally different that I'm not seeing? Because the games that I've seen on Thursday night, the point differential has been 29 points. On Sunday and Monday games, it's been 12. That tells me that's an inferior product. And Skip Bayless, if you think an NFL player has enough time to recover from a Sunday game and play on Thursday, you're just as stupid as I thought you were.
Skip Bayless said now after 5 or 6 years of defending Jay Cutler, he's a now Jay Cutler hater. What expletive hypocrite.
Oh, my Lord. This guy, okay, here we go. For all you women that are, I'm putting a disclaimer out there right now, okay? For all you women that happen to be listening to the show right now, I apologize for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway because that's what I do. Skip Bayless changes his mind more than a woman changes her tampon when she's on her period. I'm just saying. And I'm sorry about that, women, but that's just the way it is. And I can hear, you know what? I hear about 35 to 40 dials being changed right now by the women. I apologize.
Skip Bayless said, my San Antonio Spurs dynasty reminds me of my New England Patriots.
See, what?
Right there.
Right? What is that? What is that? My San Antonio Spurs. What does he say again? Say that again to me.
Quote, Skip Bayless said, my San Antonio Spurs dynasty remind me of my New England Patriots dynasty.
Oh, boy. Skip, that's probably in the top 10 most stupidest things I've ever heard you say. And believe me, I've heard you say a lot of stupid things before. Haven't
Skip, yes, you've heard him say plenty of stupid negative things. He also says, how about Josh says this, the Lions can win without the Megatron. He's the most talented receiver ever, but nowhere near the leader Michael Irvin was for the 3 Cowboys Super Bowl winners. Skip Bayless. Living in the past, big time.
It's almost 20 years since they've won a Super Bowl, isn't it?
Going on 20. It's 19 right now.
Yeah, and if they think they're going to win this year, they're crazy. And so is Skip Bayless. So is Skippy. I can't say his full name no more. I'm not allowed. Skippy.
Skippy said, people can doubt me analysis, but will end up having to say, I'm sorry. Skip, you were right.
Okay, what's going to happen? Hey, Skip, what's going to happen when you're wrong? Are you going to say that? I doubt it. I doubt it. In fact, I almost bet on it that you're not going to say anything. And when Monday comes, Skippy, when Monday comes, and Dallas has lost Sunday, and we have our Skippy segment, and I don't hear no apology from you, you can bet your sweet ass that Mr. Escow, me, Jeff Escow, is going to be crawling right up it. So you better.
Ooh.
And I hate to tell you, for some remarkable something happens where the Cowboys actually happen to win, for the shock of me, I'm not apologizing. I'll tell you that right now.
He's like saying, I'll be Mr. Know-It-All. And for all you doubters and haters out there.
How bad is that going to be? How bad is that going to be for us? How bad is that going to be, my friend? Oh, my Jiminy Crickets. That's going to suck petunias.
There's two more things before we get to second commercial break.
Go ahead.
Also, Skippy said he will be the only one that's not surprised when the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, and his opinion has changed on the Browns, and now they maybe be a surprise team in the playoffs.
Oh, my God.
And then the last thing that he says on the Skippy segment, he said that David Blatt, the Cavaliers head coach, will be the best coach in the NBA this season.
Oh! Holy freaking cow. You gotta be crapping me, man. You just gotta be kidding me. He did not say that, did he?
He did say that.
He said that David Blatt's gonna get Coach of the Year?
Be one of the best coaches in the NBA this year.
Oh, well, that's because he's got LeBron James, but that's wrong. You know what I really want to happen? I want LeBron James and Kevin Love to get hurt, be out for the season, them not to make the playoffs, and then I can stick it all over you, you freaking moron, Skippy. We're going to run to a quick break. You listen to Jeff Escow and Shaw Man on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow and Sean Mann bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com. Okay, before we went to commercial break, the producer of the show, Josh Lopez, types in the chat room that Skip Bayless said Tim Tebow is the next Brett Favre. Shut the front door. Are you kidding me? Hey, Skippy, let me let you in on a little secret, you freaking moron. Tim Tebow isn't even in the NFL. Holy freaking cow. Are you kidding me, Skippy? That's got to be one of the top 10 stupidest things I ever heard you say. Tim Tebow is the next Brett Favre? He's not even in the NFL, Skippy. Where are you getting your stupid information from? Somebody who lives under a rock?
Possibly.
Because what you're saying is stupid. That's ridiculous, man.
Skippy Bayless said this. He says that he has faith in Jerry Jones and Jason Garrett. My Dallas Cowboys will be the new greatest dynasty in the NFL, and so will LeBron James and David Blatt in Cleveland. They are better, in my opinion, than the original Big Three in Boston.
I'm going to throw up. I'm just going to throw up. I'm just going to throw. I got to puke. I have to, that, you know something, Sean?
Yeah.
That disgusts me.
Now
I can't believe he's fallen prey to all the bull crap.
Josh, Skip Bayless is like my biology teacher. She can't decide if she wants to keep her bra on or off.
No, I'm telling you.
That's funny.
He's like a chick. He's like a chick on her period. He changes his mind more than she changes her tampon. I'm telling you. And you want to know something? I'll say it to his face. I ain't afraid. And if you think I'm kidding, get his ass on the show, and I'll prove it. Because I'll get that out, and you want to know what you'll hear next? Click.
And then he'll say, and then he'll launch a protest, and he'll come on there and he'll say, yeah, I don't understand why I have this guy that has a dislike for me, and he's just ripped me so hard every day. I don't know who it is, but now I'm going to try to launch a protest to boot Sports World Radio off the internet.
That's right. Just keep saying our name, buddy. Just keep saying Sports World Radio, Skip. That's free advertising for me. Thank you very much. Because all his Skippy haters.
Of his career, LeBron James will have more rings than Michael Jordan.
Because all his Skippy haters, I'm getting awful tired of his bullcrap. All his Skippy haters, I'll be listening to this show. I'll do a full freaking hour on him. I don't care. You know me. I'll rip him for an hour and have fun doing it. Because he does say some of the most stupidest things. Has he claimed the Royals yet, Sean?
No.
I'm waiting for him to call them my Royals. I'm waiting for him to say that.
Then you're going to rip him.
Oh, then he's done. Then he's done. Even if he says my Orioles, he's done. He's finished. Because he hasn't said it all year long, correct?
Correct.
He has not said it all year long. If he says it, you know what that means? You know what that proves and means to everybody else? That he's just talking out his ass.
Wait a minute. Yes, he has. Josh says this. He said, my Royals remind me of my Cowboys.
Oh, my. He said my Royals? I got to hear the audio of that. Because you know why? That's wrong. That's wrong. And you know what's really sad about him? Whenever a team is doing really bad, he'll rip them and rip them and rip them. And then when they start to do really good, all of a sudden he calls them my Royals, my Cowboys, my San Antonio Spurs. My Cleveland Cavaliers. How come they weren't your Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron wasn't there? Huh?
Then he left, and then you know exactly what ended up happening.
How come they're not your Miami Heat no more? Because LeBron's not there? You're a bandwagon fan, you piece of shit.
And he's also a LeBum follower.
That's right. I called you a piece of shit.
Josh says he's the original glory hopper.
I thought he was going to say he's the original glory hole girl. He's ridiculous. My Royals. You haven't called them my Royals all year long.
Until now.
You are a piece of shit. And I hope this gets back to you. And an absolute joke. Thank you very much, Sean. And an absolute joke. It's ridiculous, man.
Josh says, what if he said my Chargers, Jeff?
Oh.
Or my Giants?
Oh. I don't want him to claim them. Hey, I got a new name for you, Skippy. Skip, I'm an idiot Bayless. Because you are. You are calling the Royals now my Royals when you haven't called them that all year long?
That's what he says. My Royals remind me of my Cowboys.
Oh, my God. You are such an idiot. Such an idiot, man. I can't stand him.
40 minutes after the hour.
Yeah. I can't. Please do something. I can't stand him. He's just, my Royals. Unbelievable. He cannot get away with that. How do you call a team my Royals when you haven't rooted for them all year? You've never rooted for them in the past, and now all of a sudden they're my Royals? You hypocrite. You freaking hypocrite. That's what you are. I challenge you any day, any time to throw down sports and talk, sports talk, anytime, any day, anywhere. I'll even come on your show, and I'll beat you so bad in your show, ESPN will give me your show, and I'll tell them to shove it up their ass because they won't let me say what I want to say on their airways because they don't allow people to have their own opinions. And I can guarantee you, after the first segment of your show, I would be kicked off. I guarantee it. So you better come on my show so you can get your ass ripped properly. Unstinking believable.
And the guy doesn't even get suspended, unlike Stephen A. Smith and Bill Simmons.
He should be suspended just for saying my this and my that because they're not yours.
Then ESPN would say, what's the matter? It's called being opinionated. He can say my this. He didn't say anything inappropriate. That's right, what ESPN
They're not his. He don't own them. The fact is they're not yours. That's the fact.
Josh goes, skip the umbilical Bayless. That's funny.
That's the fact. That's the fact. They're not yours. And personally, you're a bandwagon fan of every team you talk about. You don't have any true alliance to any team. You're a bandwagon fan of every team. And when you put the word my in front of it, it just proves it to me. How do you like that, bitch?
Yeah, you're not a player. You're not an owner. You don't even work for the team. That's just like one. He flip-flops all around about the teams. He's a flip-flopper. I can even think about that, too. Put that in good perspective. Flip-flopper.
Right. He's
Nobody circles the wagons like Skip Bayless.
I love that. Who wrote that, Josh?
Josh did. Good one.
I love that, Josh. Nobody circles the wagons like Skip Bayless. The only thing that circles the wagons better than Skip Bayless is when you flush the toilet bowl. Because that goes around in circles, and that circles the wagons. You know what? That's what Skip Bayless is. That's what his mouth is. It's like a toilet bowl. He'll just puke out anything.
Welcome, Frank. As I pointed out, he comes in 16 minutes.
Oh, the big wind is in the chat room. And it's right. The big chubby. I like that, Sean. I like that a lot. Big chubby wind at yahoo.com in the house. The big wind is in the house. He'll be coming on the air at the top of the hour like he does each and every Tuesday and Thursday. And I'm sure he'll have some fun with Skippy as well. I'm sure he's got some nice things to say about Mr. Skip Bayless. Hey, we're going to run to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by shirtshopper.net. And you know something? I'm going to interrupt this update really quick. I interrupt this quick live reading. I'm going to get a shirt with Skip Bayless's face on it, with a circle on it, with a red cross going right through it.
I can see you doing that, Jeff, very easily.
I'm going to have shirts made like that. And I'm going to say, has anybody seen this man tell the truth yet? You like that? Yes, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to sell them on shirtshopper.net. Yeah. Head on over to shirtshopper.net. This is a sports show. They got sports T-shirts. Just put your cursor over the sports tab. The drop-down box will come. Pick your league. Pick your team. Pick your shirt at shirtshopper.net today. Take it away, Sean, man, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 45 minutes after the hour on this Thursday, October 9th, 2014, National Hockey League. Last night's games, the Canadiens over the Maple Leafs by a score of 4-3. The Bruins are able to hold off the Flyers 2-1 as they got a goal with 1:34 left to defeat them 2-1. The Canucks over the Flames 4-2. Sharks shut out Kings 4-0. Tonight's games in the National Hockey League, there are 12 games for the Hockey League. You got the Blue Jackets taking on the Sabres, the Canadiens at Capitals, Devils at Flyers, Mighty Ducks at Penguins, Bruins at the Red Wings, Panthers at Lightning, Rangers at Blues, Senators at Predators, Avalanche at Wild, Blackhawks at Stars, Jets at Coyotes, and the Flames taking on the Oilers. In the NBA, the preseason continues with 4 games tonight. Bucks at the Pistons, Grizzlies at the Rockets, Jazz at the Trailblazers, and the Warriors taking on the Lakers. Major League Baseball, the postseason, National League Championship Series all set. And on Saturday night, we'll feature Game 1 between the St. Louis Cardinals hosting the San Francisco Giants in a rematch of the 2012 National League Championship Series. That game, to let all of you know, and that series will be on Fox Sports, not Fox Sports 1. Saturday, that game starts at 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. The other series in the American League, it'll be the Kansas City Royals taking on the Baltimore Orioles tomorrow night at Camden Yards in Baltimore. 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time on TBS. That's your update for Sports World Radio on this Thursday, October 9th, 2014. The update was brought to you by shirtshopper.net. When we come back from the commercial break and update, more sports talk. Be right back.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
That's right. I'm playing this tune right here. Welcome back to Sports World Radio. I'm playing this song right there. Tom Petty's Won't Back Down. That's right, Skip. I ain't backing down, bitch.
As it just continues with...
Yeah, well, I was doing it during the
Bayless.
commercial break. I was ripping him still during the commercial break. I was telling Sean there's no way in hell that ESPN is going to let me on their airwaves to do that. There's no way. No stinking possible way.
Mark Cuban, as we get to the next topic here, said he has weighed in on the business practices of the NFL, this time to say he feels a little sorry for Jerry Jones. Cuban, owner of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks, has said in the past that the NFL looks like a fattened hog about to get slaughtered. The Cowboys' status as the NFL's most valuable franchise with its biggest, most expensive stadium may make them the fattest hog, and Cuban says that's not necessarily a good thing. So he says he feels a little sorry for Jerry Jones. Why not? He does live in Dallas. He is the owner of the Mavericks, and he, of course, has met with Jerry Jones. Frank goes, Mark Cuban should run the NFL.
I think he'd do a better job. Josh, what did you do, Josh? Oh, I see that. Okay, Josh put a picture of Skip Bayless on Facebook, and it says, tune in to ESPN First Take at 10 to 12 Central Time to listen to the home of the idiotic sports journalism, starring Stephen A. Smith, Carrie Chapin, and Skip. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Mr. Bandwagon, Mr. Jones, Skip Bayless. That's freaking awesome.
Frank goes, Frank Sprankle for commissioner of NFL.
Yes, Frank, but I want in on that so you don't screw the whole thing up.
In the midst of talk, going back to this topic, that the Cowboys are actually at a disadvantage in their own home stadium because so many fans from out of town visit to cheer on the road team, Cuban says Jones has no choice but to charge high prices for tickets so that he can afford to pay off the expensive stadium in Dallas. But when tickets are that expensive, the Cowboy season ticket holders feel that they need to sell at least some of their tickets in order to justify the cost, and they often end up selling to fans of rival teams who show up to cheer against the Cowboys. I agree with that in some part, but there's a little bit I do disagree. Why have they not – I saw what you said there, Jeff. I hate you, Skippy. Well, why have they not come to a lot of the games? Very simple. I've heard it throughout the 3 straight years the Cowboys have gone 8-8 and how the fan base is quickly abolished and been gone.
I hate you, Skippy.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeedy. Yeah, Skip's getting a lot of talk today, ain't he?
He sure is getting a lot of negativity.
I challenge Mr. Skippy. Anywhere, anytime, any place. I don't give a flying fig Newton where it is. Because you'll lose. I don't need all those papers in front of me like you do, you freaking hump.
Well, I got to ask you, gentlemen, Frank, Josh, and Jeff, your thoughts on the Cowboys not coming out to the games. You would agree with me. It's because Cowboys have lost the fan base because of how disastrous things have gone the last 3 years.
Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they don't go out to the fan base. And you want to know why?
Why?
Why the fans don't go to the games? Because they're pissed off at Jerry Jones and they're tired of the bull.
Well, remember what ended up happening back in March of this year. I think that was the NCAA tournament. I think it was this year or last year. I remember they showed a picture of Jerry Jones in a box seat, and you saw people booing him.
Was he smiling when they were booing him?
I do remember that he was kind of waving to the crowd and smiling.
Yeah, you know why? Because Skip Bayless was underneath the desk.
Cowboys are the prime example of mediocrity. That's a good one, Josh. And then Frank goes, you want bandwagon fans? The Cowboys are an example. With Skippy Bayless coming out and saying that the upset special of the weekend will be the Cowboys going into Seattle and winning, he's drinking something pretty bad.
Hey, Frank, you want a bandwagon fan? Mr. Skip Bayless is the biggest bandwagon fan I ever met in my life. All season long, he never said anything about the Royals this, the Royals that. Now, all of a sudden, the Royals are playing in the NLDS, and he is saying, my Royals. What? Bandwagon fan right there. Now it's not my Heat no more. It's my Cleveland Cavaliers. What?
Such a joke.
Bandwagon fan. That's why I hate that. 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 And they should stop him from saying my, because it's not your team. You don't own them. And I can guarantee you, if you go to a game, you don't pay for a ticket, you sit in the press box, you freaking jackass.
Frank, what will Skip Bayless be doing on Monday after the Cowboys lose in Seattle? Very simple. He'll come up with another cheesy, lame excuse.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what he'll do. And then because he's trying to make his millions and say, I'll just say, oh, my Cowboys just played a bad game.
You know what's going to happen?
The Giants.
You know what's going to happen on this show come Monday when Dallas loses, don't you?
You're going to rip them hard.
Oh, you think I've been ripping them hard now? Wait till Monday.
However,
in fact, you know what I'm going to say on Monday? In fact, you know what I'm going to say on Monday? I'm just going to say, I told you so, Skip. Now maybe will you start listening to me? And you're still going to call him mine? Because you know what's going to happen Sunday? This is going to be great. Dallas is going to lose to Seattle. Giants are going to beat Philly. And all three of them are going to be tied for first place. How about them apples? How about those apples right there? Dallas is going to lose. Philly's going to lose. Giants will win. Dallas, Giants, and the Eagles will all be 4-2 in the NFC East. Now talk about a crazy division. Right? In fact, this division, if that happens, that division just becomes really solid, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Sean?
It becomes real solid, competitive, and
Watch
interesting.
Out. Right, and the only team that is going to absolutely have nothing to do with anything that happens in that division, well, that's not true, is the Washington Redskins. Oh, where's Gary? Oh, that's right. Gary's not here no more because his team sucks.
He did post something, Gary did, on my Facebook. I got to go right there and see it.
He thinks he's a smart ass.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, something for the show. Our national ground possibly opening up NFL possibilities. Even local bars realizing that it's a moneymaker and growing in popularity. And that the England games could move from Wembley in an event
he's
of
not
an
even
NFL franchise in
but
London, England in 2018.
But, Sean, he's not even talking about the Redskins.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. You know why? Because he's come to the conclusion they're not doing nothing and they suck.
I have a prediction.
Uh-oh.
If an NFL team is in the continent of Europe and in Wembley Stadium in London, he will hop on the bandwagon.
Yeah, Gary's going to become that. He's going to become
He'll
the
go for
biggest.
the team now in Europe instead of being a Redskin fan.
Yeah, he's going to become the biggest freaking bandwagon team over there that they got, man. Bandwagon fan that they got. You bet your sweet petunias, man.
Jeff, you've been trying to figure it out for the 6 years you and I have been doing the show together, how a guy who lives in the beautiful country of England, up in the continent of Europe, is all the way over there, and he's a Redskin fan. You never have figured it out.
I think it's because he was in love with a broad, and she was a Redskin fan. And now he's not with the broad no more, and he's still stuck being a Redskin fan. I think that's what it was. He just won't admit it. You know? He just won't admit it.
But I disagree with this move, and I do have to thank you there, Gary, if you're listening, about this topic you did send to me on my wall on Facebook, because why do I disagree with that? Because think of the teams that have to travel all the way over there, all across the Atlantic Ocean to play a game, come back, and then the team that plays from London has to travel across the Atlantic to come to the United States to play a football game.
Roger
This is a bad
Goodell
move. I don't
doesn't
like
give a flying fig Newton about the player's safety. All he cares about is money. Because if he did care about the player's safety, there would be no Thursday night game, and you wouldn't hear no sound of London.
And maybe Roger Goodell is listening to Skippy Bayless, because with Skippy Bayless saying, the NFL is one of my highlights of the night for Thursday. It's one of my favorite times of the night for Thursday night.
What the hell games has he been watching that we haven't seen?
I don't know.
Every game has been more than 29-point spread, more than 29-point differential. That's not an enjoyable game. You enjoy watching a game where a team gets beat by more than 29 points? That's not an enjoyable game.
Adrian Foster would beg to differ with you on that.
Exactly.
Mr. Skippy Bayless. He's not very happy about Thursday night games.
And neither are the players. And neither are the players. But Skip don't give a crap about that. All he cares about is the money. Same thing with Roger Goodell. Because if he did care about the players, there would be no Thursday night games.
On that note, we're going to run to commercial break. When we come back, Frank Sprankle.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escobar, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours each and every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the second hour of the show, the Big Win joins us. And yes, he is here. Frank Sprankle, what's going on there? Buddy boy, and how's the weather in Chicago?
Don't you just love fall? I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you know what? One thing about fall, sure, the weather's getting cooler. Yeah, the days are getting shorter. But you know what? I was driving earlier, and with all these trees and the beautiful scenery of the leaf change colors, it's pretty. It's beautiful. It's marvelous. You know what? Enough said. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, you know what? You want to know what's going on out here in California?
It's not raining, is it?
The same freaking weather I had during the summer, only it's a little bit cooler.
Wow, only cooler.
Just a little
Yeah,
bit
but
cooler.
hold on. But you do have short days in Southern California.
Yeah, it's starting to get shorter here. Yeah.
Right.
Welcome, Frank Sprinkle, as we were talking about on the last topic.
Welcome me.
About the NFL in London. You said you have an opinion about this, Frank?
Yes, the NFL is an American thing. Please do not play any more games in London. If teams have trouble selling out their games to avoid local television blackout, that's their issue.
It's a dumb mistake. In my opinion, Frank, why would Roger Goodell – I know it's all about the money for him, but it's a bad decision to do that. Think about all the teams that have to go all the way over there just to play a doggone football team. And then the London, whatever team it is, goes from London, England, and has to fly to America. But Gary will be up for it because then Gary will flip-flop from the Redskins to the team in London.
Gary.
Wait a minute. What about the Oakland Raiders? The Oakland Raiders, they had to travel
They might be moving to L.A.
Yeah.
You know what, Gary? You know who Gary reminds me of?
What?
Skippy.
Oh my God! Wait. We're just going to refer to Bayless as Skippy?
Yeah, that's why I don't even want to say his full name. I hate the son of a bitch, Skippy.
So he's just known as Skippy.
Yeah. Do you know?
Skippy.
When I was growing up in New York, I had a friend of mine. He had a dog named Skippy. So
cool.
That's what I'm referring to Mr. You know who as Skippy.
Okay, so wait a minute. Is he going to accept the challenge?
No.
We're waiting on it.
He's Skippy. He will never accept the challenge because he knows he's wrong. And he knows what'll happen if he does. And on that note, ESPN will never, ever let me on their airways because they'll know that I'll rip them, and after the first segment's done, they'll come back and I'll be gone.
Yes, because you know what? You were too politically correct.
That's the problem. I don't speak politically correct.
No, that's the opposite. That's right.
Right.
That's
I speak the truth.
Opposite.
And I don't say my this, my that, my this, and I'm not a bandwagon fan. And I think that's kind of wrong of ESPN to put a guy who's supposed to be objective on the radio and on TV, and he says, my Cowboys, my Royals, my Saints, my this. That's not being objective, is it?
Wait a minute. He's on a national show. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I agree with you 100%. This guy is not on he's on a national show. He's got to be objective here.
And calling my Cowboys, my San Antonio Spurs, and my Cleveland Cavaliers, that's not being objective, is it?
Okay, hold on. Should when it comes to Monday Night Football, should Tirico and Gruden be calling the teams my this and my that?
They don't, do they?
No, because they got to be neutral. There's got to be. Listen, that's the only thing that I can hate about broadcasters is the bias.
He does a show with Stephen A.
Unless you do a game for a team. If you're doing a game for a network, you got to be neutral.
He's doing the show with Stephen A. Smith, correct?
Yes, he does.
Do you hear Stephen A. Do you hear Stephen A. Smith say "my"?
You don't hear him say it.
Exactly right. You know why? Because he's an objective reporter, unlike Mr. Skip Bayless. I'm just saying. So Skippy, if you want a piece of this, I'm here anytime, any place, bitch.
Wait. All right, hold on. He's got to find the challenge has been laid down.
And I know for a fact that Josh watches the show. So one time, Skip Bayless is going to say, hey, I got this guy, Jeff Eska, who owns a show, does a show on the internet called SportsWorldRadio, and he's really getting at me. Josh, the second that happens, you get in touch with me, boy, because we're going. We're going to go hard, and we're going to push even harder than we've been pushing.
Okay, so you're absolutely serious about this challenge, Jeff.
Oh,
correct?
You bet your sweet ass. I want to make a fool out of him. I want to prove to everybody in the United States that watch his show, whether they like him or dislike him, that he is not a true reporter because he's not objective.
All right, then how do we get the word out? We got to get the word out of this campaign that you want to take on Skip Bayless.
I guess I'm going to have to make a video and stick it on YouTube and watch it go viral, ain't I?
Dude, you know what? I'll help you. Because you know what? I do agree. There can't be any bias when you're at ESPN.
And you said it Tuesday when you were here for the second hour of the show, because you're here every Tuesday and Thursday on the second hour of the show.
And I'm here now, am
right.
I?
You said it Tuesday that ESPN's listening.
Yeah. So yeah, hey, should we say hi to everybody from ESPN right now?
They're listening.
Let's say hi to them. Let's say hi. Hi, ESPN. Hello.
Hey, ESPN, I dare you. I dare you. When I'm in New York from November 5th to the 13th, I dare you to ask me to go on the Skip Bayless show. I dare you.
Isn't he in Bristol?
Wherever. Hey, it's a short ride, dude.
Okay, dude. So you just get in the car and you're gonna head up.
They'll
You're gonna head up the interstate to Bristol.
Send a limo to pick my ass up, because I ain't driving.
Wait, you're not gonna be driving. What? You're gonna have a couple of brewskis. What?
Send my ass to pick me up. I ain't driving. You want me on the show? Send the limo to get me. I ain't driving.
Okay, listen. Can I be present for this?
You sure can. Anybody can. It's going to be on TV. You'll be able to see it. I'm going to go right at him. I'm going to say, excuse me, Stephen A. Smith, I love you, but this is about me and Skip, so just sit there and watch me go.
You and Skippy.
It's about me and Skippy. Do you know I have a Twitter account that's at HateSkipBayless. Follow me on Twitter at HateSkipBayless.
I'm looking at Skip Bayless' autobiography, television. In 1989, this is on the Wikipedia, Bayless joined host Dick Shaft as a panelist on ESPN The Sports Reporters and over the next decade. So, Skip Bayless has been with ESPN for a quarter century.
And how many times has he been suspended?
Looking at his autobiography, Jeff and Frank, no times has he been suspended.
Where was he raised? Does it say?
Let's see. Although he was born John Edward Bayless II in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
That's right.
No wonder why Nick likes him.
So yeah, that's where he was. He was Oklahoma is where he was at.
No wonder why Nick likes him. My good friend Nicholas Spiva, who joins us every Monday in the first hour of the show.
What are the odds that Skip Bayless ought to live in Cleveland?
That's a great odds because he's
pro. Listen, he's pro LeBron. He's pro Manziel. He might as well take up residency in Cleveland.
I was gonna say something else, and you cut me off, Frank. Thank God that you did.
Oh well, so it actually benefits.
No, I was gonna say something mean.
Go ahead.
Bayless is blowing both of them. That's why he's there. That's why he should be there.
Whoa, dude, what are you gonna think of next? Remember Tuesday about the period comment?
Oh, I said it again today.
Wait, when did you say it?
Earlier, before you came in. Skip Bayless changes his mind more than a woman changes her tampon when she's on her period.
Dude, do you ever think you should use that at least once in a show?
I said it twice today already.
Dude, you hit it right on the jackpot.
That's how I feel about him. And ESPN, I know you're listening to this. Bring it on. That's all I got to say.
And
I don't need
here's
to.
The thing. You have absolutely no fear. That's what I like about you, buddy.
No fear. No fear. And you know damn well when players and other people get on that TV show and they'll get nervous. You know, I'll get nervous a little bit when they're putting the makeup on me and all that. But once the show starts to go and my mic is open and I'm talking, forget about it, man. I'm going to make believe I'm at Sports World Radio and I got Skip Bayless in front of me and I'm only going to look at Skip Bayless. It's going to be on and I'm not going to let him get a word edgewise, and I'm still going to be talking when they go to break.
Josh said this, which is pretty funny. Skip Bayless designed the pole at AT&T Stadium while blowing Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he's been saying that a lot lately.
Josh said that, and Frank, you just said good one.
Yeah, he's been saying that a lot lately. So yeah, I dare ESPN. I dare them, and they won't ever do it because they'll be. I won't curse. I won't curse.
You'll be professional about it.
I won't curse, but I'll use my words that instead of cursing, I'll use my key words, and people know I'm cursing. And then when we go off the air, then I'll really let him have it. We'll come back from commercial. You'll see tears running down his face.
What
My goodness.
What happens if he says, "Hey, Escow, you will not take me on. You will not beat me because I can own you just like I can own anybody else."
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this, Jeff. What would you say about my as somebody that grew up working for an in-market sports all-talk radio station? Do you think it's okay to say under those circumstances?
Okay, I'm going to say something. I'm going to put it to you the way you're going to understand.
Because this is not ESPN here. I mean, it could be an ESPN radio affiliate in the market, but
I'm going
it's
to
not
put it
the
right.
network.
I'm going to put it to the way you understand it. Okay, you
All
grew up a Chicago Bears fan, correct?
Yes,
you
I
grew
am
up
a
in
Chicago Bears fan. I've been watching the Bears since birth.
Correct.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Do you say my Chicago Bears?
All right, truth be told, when I'm out in a bar or when I'm engaged in sports conversation, yeah, I will say my Chicago Bears. But if I were on ESPN, if I were on a national network, I would not be saying it. I would be neutral.
So now you get hired by the Chicago Bears, and you're doing the play-by-play for them.
Correct. And I think I could do a pretty good job. They got a great play-by-play guy right now in Jeff Joniak, but go ahead.
Do you say my Chicago Bears?
Well, all right, let me ask you.
Because I think you're allowed to. I think you're Frank.
Aren't you working for that team though?
Frank, you're working for that team. You're doing the play-by-play for that team. I think you're allowed to say it.
Yes, that's my point. I would be saying my Chicago Bears, or if I were hosting a show in Chicago in one of the two sports marketing stations.
Correct.
Then you know what? I would say yes. My Chicago Bears this.
But
my
Skippy,
Chicago Bears that.
But Skippy is not. He's on a national show. He's a sports reporter. Sports reporters on national shows are supposed to be objective. And you made the point to me. Monday Night Football. Those two guys, Mike Tirico and John Gruden, they don't say it.
I don't think he's even going to say my Buccaneers, John Gruden.
No.
Or my Raiders.
No, he's never.
Right,
you know why?
Let's say I were doing a game on Westwood.
You know why?
1.
Because they're professional.
Let's say I were doing the NFL on Westwood 1. Now I would have to take off the homerism cap and put on the neutral cap.
Correct. And so does Skip Bayless all the time, but he doesn't. He throws himself right in there.
Gentlemen, we have to run to a commercial break.
Granted, you're a fan, Skip Bayless, but you don't own them. They're not your team. You are a reporter. And you know what? I'm a Knick fan. I'm a Giant fan. I grew up a Knick fan. I grew up a Giant fan, and you never, ever, ever hear me once say my Knicks or my Giants. Screw you, Skip Bayless. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey, Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow Show, and of course, Frank Sprankle, the big wind, with us like he is each and every Tuesday and Thursday in the second hour of the show. All right, Sean, we got to make our picks before this game tonight, and we got a game tonight, don't we?
Yes, we do. Tonight's game on CBS and the NFL Network, Jeff and Frank. It'll be Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck.
Can I second that? I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts with Andrew Luck because what we have seen from Andrew Luck this year, I know he's in his third season in the league, but this guy is playing like he is a veteran of probably 10 or more seasons. That guy, he is so advanced. One thing about the Colts in 2011, they knew the possibility of getting Andrew Luck with the number 1 overall pick. And I'm going to mark my words. The more you see Andrew Luck, the more you appreciate him. And I honestly believe it may not be this year, it may not even be next year, but over the next few years, there's going to be a year, guys, in which Andrew Luck, you mark my words, Andrew Luck's going to lead the Indianapolis Colts to a Super Bowl. I can pretty much guarantee it.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, now, the Thursday night game, as I spewed it out many, many times before, the average point differential is 29 points.
Wait. Is this since the Thursday night games began this year?
Correct.
Okay, now that includes the Seattle Green Bay game,
Correct.
right?
The average is 29 points. Okay?
All right, because I'm thinking of the CBS NFL Network deal. Because one thing about having these games on both CBS and the NFL Network, dude, CBS, they have really gotten the wrong end of the stick. They've been getting blowout after blowout
games.
after blowout.
Correct. So every game sucked. So I don't know what Skip Bayless is talking about, but every game has sucked so far.
What's Skip Bayless have to do with this?
Skip Bayless says the Thursday night games have been great.
Great. What is he on some sort of drug?
Exactly. I don't know what the hell he's watching. So, with that being said, every home team has won on Thursday night except for the Washington Redskins when the Giants came into Washington and won.
Dude, that was a blowout.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't. I just said Washington was the only home team that didn't win.
Okay, and I'll admit, I did predict the Washington Redskins in that game. I was wrong in my pick.
Correctamundo. So
I was wrong.
With that being said, Houston is the home team, correct?
Houston is the home team tonight.
I'm still going with Indianapolis.
Okay, well, I guess we should ask our question. We should be asking ourselves this question: will this be what we have seen from the typical Thursday night games this year, or will there actually be a game tonight? And you know what I mean by will there be a game tonight?
I know what you mean by if there's going to be a game tonight. I know, but if there's going to be a game tonight, the away team has got to make it a game because the home team has won.
Hasn't this Texan defense just been a big disappointment?
Well, they lost Clowney at the beginning
They
of
lost
the year.
Clowney, okay, yes. But even without Clowney, I mean, the last couple of years, this Texan defense has been pretty solid.
Right. Well, they don't have whatchamacallit there no more. You know who's their defensive coordinator now? Romeo Cornell, correct?
Romeo Cornell, yeah, the
former Kansas City Chiefs head coach. Head coach, right. You know who was their defensive coordinator last year?
Who?
Phillips.
Wade Phillips, son of Bum Phillips.
I think he's a better I think his defense is better than Romeo Cornell.
Frank, yeah, Houston, when you watch the way the Texans have played the last few weeks, they do not look good at all.
It's a different defense. It's a different defense right now. It's Romeo Cornell's defense. It's not Wade Phillips' defense. It's different, and they're getting used to it.
And for the Colts, they got to keep doing what they've done the last few weeks. Everybody was wondering, Frank, when the Colts went 0-2, if there was a bit of concern for Chuck Pagano and if his job was on the line. Nah, you knew you knew Andrew Luck was going to get going for the Indianapolis Colts. So I say the Colts tonight. Josh has said that he is going with the Colts, and he also said in Houston lost to Dallas, they should lose all games. Now, they almost came back last weekend. You got to give the Texans props because Dallas didn't do well with their clock management and nearly blew the game to the Texans. So you got to give the Texans a bit of props.
Well, that was a great game in Dallas. Of course, won by the Cowboys in overtime. Terrific. But the fact of the matter is the Texans haven't been able to win games this year.
They haven't, and that's been a disappointment. You did
You
well
got to win
against.
games. Can't stress that enough.
So that's our pick. We got more for the NFL Real Talk on Saturday. Now, the next topic, Frank, I want to ask you. The National League Championship Series is all set for Major League Baseball and begins on Saturday night on Fox. Your thoughts on the Giants and the Cardinals, and who do you think will win this series?
Do you want to know my honest prediction? I
Yeah.
honestly think we're going to have a Show Me Series 2. I think the
so?
St. Louis Cardinals are going to win that series. I think they're better. They're more stacked up than the San Francisco Giants are. Tremendous pitching on the part of both teams, but I got to take the Cardinal pitching. You know what? Here's another thing, too. As far as this National League Championship Series, we have been down this path before recently, a couple of years ago, between the Cardinals and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Do people really care? I mean, I care. And I know you guys care too, but do you think people with the Royals and the Orioles playing in the American League Championship Series, one of these teams have not been to the World, well, both of these teams have not been to the World Series since the 1980s. One of them is going to end their drought and go to the World Series this year. Do you think because of that fact, and two, yes, you have the Royals in it too, that really the National League Championship Series is going to be put on the back burner in the minds of many?
I think that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Because
I
people are
think
getting tired of seeing that series.
I think to answer your question there too, Frank, I think it's like tired of the same teams. There's been some people posting on Facebook or even on Twitter saying, oh, great, it's the same teams that we've seen the last 4 years because, mention it, Giants in 2010, Cardinals in 2011, Giants who beat the Cardinals 2 years ago. And I remember that series well because the Giants were down 3-1. They won 3 straight and knocked out the Cardinals. And last year it was the Cardinals before they lost the World Series. And now you've got this matchup again where it's the same old teams. Also,
if you can beat Kershaw twice,
and
that says a lot there.
And I couldn't believe that they were able to get past Kershaw. But Jeff picked the Cardinals in that series, and we just saw that Kershaw can't get it done the postseason. He does not have a good postseason record. So postseason's different than the regular season because he was on fire in the regular season.
Like I said, I got to take the St. Louis Cardinals. I think the Cardinals
How many?
are definitely picking. Oh, how many? Oh, good one. I'm going to say the Cardinals in 5. I honestly think the Cardinals in 5. I think the Cardinals are headed for another World Series championship, but I think it's going to be a Show Me Series 2, Cardinals and Royals.
I'd like to see that. I really would.
So, Jeff, what's your prediction on this series?
I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm sticking with my thing. Taking the Cardinals. I'll go Cardinals in 6.
Cardinals in 6 games. Going to disagree with you, and I'm going to say the Giants will win in 6 games because it seems like they've always done well with the even years. Frank, I've already you got the Royals in 5 games. So what do you expect?
I'm taking the Royals.
Yeah, and of course, what's your thoughts on tomorrow's American League Championship Series? They have got to be so fired up in not just Kansas City but also Baltimore because it has been 17 years since the last time the Royals were in the American League Championship.
And understand this, guys. What about the possibility of there being World Series games at Oriole Park and Camden Yards? We've had playoff games. We've had League Championship Series games there, but we have not seen World Series games played at Oriole Park. And understand this about Oriole Park. It opened 22 years ago. As beautiful as it looks now, it's not relatively new, guys.
I still want to see Royals.
I've been there. Yeah. Right field is like a picnic.
I think but have you been to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City?
No, I haven't. Not since they've redone it.
That thing is beautiful. That thing is freaking gorgeous, man. Are you kidding me? Oh my God! Ever since they've done it, holy freaking moly! And I'll tell you something.
This series for the ALCS, the Royals do their part and get a split. They're in great shape heading back home.
Absolutely. And not only that, you have the big bats of the Orioles. That's what people like to talk about. But you also have the Royals and their speed. So it's really going to see, okay, what is going to be the factor here in terms of winning the World Series? Is it going to be the Orioles with their power, or is it going to be the Royals with their speed on the base pads? What's it going to be? That's what I want to know.
Well, they both kind of play the same kind of ball, right? They both could play long ball.
Baltimore's more of a power hitting team, though.
Yeah, they're more of a power hitting team.
Okay,
And I saw that
they
a lot
were
against Detroit.
They
Kansas
were.
City reminds me of your typical.
Well, no, hold on a second.
Full-time National League team.
No, they were. They lost Davis and Mikado. They're not that much anymore.
But now they get Chris Davis back from that 25-game suspension because of what he took for performance-enhancing drugs.
Does he come back now?
Yeah, he is coming back in this series.
And he admitted guilt.
Okay, so he served his time. Hey, I hate to tell you something, but the Orioles leave suspended Davis off the roster. I'm looking at an article right now that says.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
What, Frank?
No, I'm checking it out myself. All right, Chris Davis. Jeff's right. There's various sources that are reporting that Chris Davis will not be on the American League Championship Series roster. Now, Jeff, go ahead. Speak more about this.
He won't. I'm looking right at the article. Suspended slugger Chris Davis won't be playing in the AL Championship Series for the Baltimore Orioles. Manager Buck Showalter said Thursday that Davis will be omitted from the 25-man roster, which must be submitted on Friday morning before the Orioles host the Kansas City Royals in Game 1. We all know Davis was suspended 25 games by Major League Baseball on September 12th for testing positive for Adderall, a banned amphetamine. His suspended included the final 17 games of the regular season and Baltimore's 3-game sweep of Detroit in the AL Division Series, meaning that first basemen have 5 games left to serve.
All right, but here's another question, and I think this is pretty obvious. If the Orioles do get past the Royals and go to the World Series, Davis, do you guys see Davis being on the World Series roster? I would have to say yes.
Okay, well, the only way Davis would have been able to the only way Davis could play if the ALCS reaches 6 games is if he replaces an injured teammate on the roster.
All right, but my question is, what about let's say that doesn't come to fruition, but the Orioles win the American League Championship Series. They're going on to the World Series playing either the Giants or the Cardinals. What happens to Davis?
Before we get to that final update, let me just make this point clear. My opinion, I don't think the O's really need to worry about having Chris Davis, whatever happens. They were able to not have to worry about it against Detroit, and they're probably saying, look, we got home field advantage, we got great pitching, we got power hitting, we should be fine. We don't need to really worry about it. We just got to go out and do our part. That's what the O's just need to say. It's just say, forget about it and just go out there and play baseball tomorrow night and protect your home field, because the O's lose a game in this series against the Royals, they're in trouble. Josh said for the National League Championship Series, Giants in 6, and he even changed his pick. I thought I had you down for Orioles in 6 games, but I know Josh now it says Orioles in 5.
Okay,
go ahead.
Go ahead,
Frank.
Frank.
I'm going to say this about Davis. Do you really, and Sean, I make a couple great points, but also the long layoff too, in which Davis has been through. Would you want Davis with that huge layoff should the Orioles advance to the World Series? Because then you'd be thinking about rust on his part.
Right, but Showalter in the article says he would reassess the situation if the Orioles advance to the World Series. If we're fortunate enough to continue to play, then we will revisit it.
All right,
so he's not even sure.
People aren't talking about, go ahead, because people aren't talking about this. People are talking about the Chris Davis. They're not even mentioning Chris Davis's name in this Oriole team that got past Scherzer, Verlander, and Price.
Correct. I know. Hey, we're going to run to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. You need coffee, you need tea, you need a new coffee machine? Head on over to KeurigCoffeeMachines.com for all your coffee needs. Brewing perfection, 1 cup at a time. That's KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Welcome, everybody, to the last update for Sports World Radio on the Thursday, the 9th of October, 2014, 32 minutes after the hour. Game on the NFL Network and CBS tonight at 8:25 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:25 p.m. Pacific Time. It will be the Indianapolis Colts traveling down to Houston to take on the Texans. After going 0-2, the Colts have won 3 straight. The Texans are in a bit of a slump. They are 3-2 overall, but have not lost a game at home all year. In the NBA, the preseason action going on for this Thursday night. Milwaukee Bucks at the Detroit Pistons. Memphis Grizzlies at the Houston Rockets, Utah Jazz at the Portland Trailblazers, and Golden State Warriors at Los Angeles Lakers. National Hockey League. Here are the games that we got going on right now. More of opening night continuing. The Blue Jackets at the Sabres. No score in that one, 7:55 remaining. Capitals have a goal. They lead 1-0 against the Canadiens. Devils and the Flyers scoreless first period. The Penguins have a 2-0 lead against the Mighty Ducks. The Bruins, who came back last night against Philadelphia, at the Detroit Red Wings. Panthers at the Lightning. Senators at the Predators. Rangers at the Blues. Blackhawks at the Stars. Avalanche at Wild. Flames at Oilers. And Jets at Coyotes. That's the final update for Sports World Radio. This update was brought to you by Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. I forgot where we were for a second. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to us. If you want to come and hang out in our chat room over at Spreaker.com, that's Spreaker.com. If you don't have an account with them, get one. It's free. Then just type in Sports World Radio, all one word, and come on and hang out in the chat room with us. The show will appear at the bottom of your screen. Click the heart to like the show, and then open up the little bubble right there next to the heart, and you're in the chat room. And don't forget, on Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, we will be doing our NFL Real Talk. We'll be picking the rest of the games for Sunday and Monday, so join us for that at 9 o'clock on the East. What do you got for us next, Sean?
Okay, going back to the MLB postseason real quickly. Frank, more misery continues for the LA Dodgers. A few days ago, after losing the NLDS, Josh Beckett has decided to retire from Major League Baseball.
That's your boy.
As the Dodgers continue to go through heartbreak and not get over the losses of Games 3 and Game 4.
That's your boy.
Hey, I'm always going to remember Josh Beckett from the 2003 National League Championship Series.
Me, 07. I'll remember him from the 07 World Series when he against the Indians.
You know, when I
I remember the way he dominated the Cubs, and he won Game 7. Understand this: Josh Beckett had all of the world of confidence 11 years ago when the Marlins were playing the Cubs in the National League Championship Series. Probably only him and Jack McKeon were confident they were going to win this series.
Jeff, how are you going to remember Josh Beckett?
You know, when I first heard that he was retiring, my first thought was of you.
Me, huh?
Yes, you, Sean. You there, buddy boy. That's right, you.
Understand this about Josh Beckett. He hasn't had a double-digit win season since 2011, and it's really been downhill. I mean, he's had a couple of years in which he's been under 500, 7-14, 7-14 in 2012, 0-5 in 2013. You know what? Josh Beckett doesn't quite have it in him anymore. I think it's a good decision he retires. And besides, he already has a few World Series rings to his credit, does he not?
Yes, he does.
He has
Yes,
two.
he's got a
He won
couple.
in,
He's got a couple of them.
Yeah,
won in
screw him.
With the
2000
Marlins.
03 and then 07 with the Red Sox when they swept the Colorado Rockies.
03 and 07 with the Red Sox when they swept the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, you would know that, wouldn't you?
I do, and I remember it very well. And he was outstanding, and he, of course, was the American League Championship MVP because they came back from 3-1 down to beat the Indians.
Yeah, but then when he left the Red Sox, what did you call him? A traitor. So don't give me none of your humpy stories over there, Junior.
Well, you got to remember, people in Boston and in the state of Massachusetts and all of New England were very, very disgusted with Josh Beckett. Everybody knew, Frank, about the chicken and the beer and the video games. And then people said, get him off this team. And then he was out missing a game because he was out golfing when Bobby Valentine was manager.
So?
Josh, you treated Beckett like you did Wes Welker. And as for the Dodgers, Frank, there were a lot of expectations they would be so good. What is it with the L.A. Dodgers just not beating the Cardinals? There's got to be something. They just,
What
I
is
don't
it with
know.
the Los Angeles Angels with the best record in baseball not being able to go out
There's
there?
frustration.
Yeah,
down
what's it with Los
Southern
Angeles?
California.
What's up with these Los Angeles sports teams right now?
Well, Jeff,
I
you
don't
got
know.
your whip. At least it wasn't the Dodgers and the Angels for the Fall Classic.
Yeah, I know. How about that? How about them apples? We're going to get the Orioles and the Cardinals. I'm okay with that. I mean, the Royals and the Cardinals. I'm
That's
okay
what
with
I
that.
want to see.
Royals and Cardinals.
Jeff, you were
That's
sick
my
and tired of
prediction.
the Dodgers.
What was that?
You were sick and tired of the Dodgers.
Yeah, I am, and I'm starting to get sick and tired of the Cardinals, too. That's why I want to see the Royals. That's why I want to see the Royals and the Cardinals, and then this will be the last year the Cardinals get in for a while. We'll be done with them. We won't have to see their ugly faces. Hey, really quick, do you know the NBA has told the Cavs and the Heat not to do that 3 goggles sign that they do when they make a three-pointer in the NBA? You know what I'm
saw
talking
that,
about, right?
Yes.
For this year, it's new, right?
Yeah, well, no, just in Brazil.
Oh, go just in Brazil.
Just in
okay.
Brazil, because it means something different in Brazil. Holding up a 3 sign or the 3 goggles in Brazil means F you or F off.
That's right. I saw that too. Josh, thanks for sending me that.
So they don't want it. They don't want you doing that. If you make a 3-pointer, they don't want you putting your fingers in a circle and showing up 3 points, or putting the goggles on your face, like that with the 3. They don't want you doing none of that.
All right, what do you think, Jeff?
And I personally, they shouldn't be doing it at all in any arena. Why are you celebrating a 3-point? Why? You celebrating that you did your job correctly? You made a basket? What kind of crap is that? So, in other words, I should be celebrating. We did our job correctly. Let's celebrate. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Do I celebrate after everything I do on this show?
Bingo. What
No.
do you think of end zone dance? Now you know exactly how I feel about end zone dances.
I'm the same way. You did your freaking job. You get paid to do that.
Dude, don't
What are you
end zone
celebrating
dances
for?
look childish?
What are you celebrating for? You're getting paid to do what you did, so you just did your job. Why are you celebrating?
Yeah, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Because they're
Exactly.
celebrating. Hey, I scored a touchdown. Woohoo! Let's put on a dance and celebrate in front of the crowd.
Oh, they celebrate that 3-pointer and they put hey, you're supposed to do that. That's what you get paid to do. You don't have to celebrate it.
There's nothing wrong with giving each other a high five or a pat on the back.
Right, I don't mind
Let me
that.
say this about Walter Payton. You know what Walter Payton did after every touchdown he scored?
Handed the ball to the referee.
Bingo, exactly. That's how it should be done.
Right.
Staying with the NBA, got another topic here. The NBA punishes the Wizards and the Bulls. Noah, DeJuan Blair, Nene, Daniel Orton, and Xavier Silas of the Washington Wizards have each been suspended for 1 game for leaving their team's bench area in Monday's preseason game against the Chicago Bulls. And I'm
Starting
wondering,
already.
Frank, did you see that brawl that happened in Chicago? Did you see that on the WGN channel?
No, I did not. If you're talking about the brawl, no, I did not see that. That was on Comcast Sportsnet.
It's starting already, ain't it?
Well, excuse me?
The brawls in the NBA is starting already, and the season hasn't even started yet.
Dude, you know what?
Four players left the bench during a shoving match between the Bulls' Joakim Noah and the Wizards' Paul Pierce. Noah was fined $15,000 for starting the altercation with 8:57 remaining in the opening quarter, And Pierce was also fined $15,000 for poking Noah in the forehead with his index finger.
You know what I like? I like Joakim Noah as a player. I'll admit it. This guy is the best leader the Bulls have right now because I'm not seeing it from Derrick Rose. Not to say Derrick Rose doesn't have potential, but Derrick Rose is laid back. Joakim Noah is doing a terrific job leading this team. So you know what?
Correct.
God bless Joakim Noah.
Correct. And you know who's going to follow right behind him?
Who?
Paul Gasol.
Hey,
My
Jeff,
belief. Oh, go ahead, Frank.
Say, Jeff, do you remember the days? I'm talking about before the 1980s. Do you remember the brawls in the NBA?
Yeah.
Remember, it used to be pretty much.
It was great.
It was a bad boyish league where you'd watch just to figure out when's a fight going to break out.
I want to go
back.
I
Knicks
want
and the Pacers. I remember those.
No, dude, you don't know nothing, dude. I'm talking.
No, I'm talking about
Detroit.
Dude, these were barroom brawls.
Detroit, man. Ooh, yeah, they were the bad boys of the NBA. I want to go back to those days of the NBA. Not the
you know
NBA
what? That's
now.
the best years. You know what? Those were the best. The Bulls Pistons rivalry of the late 80s, early 90s. I've said this once and I'll say it again. That's the way basketball should be played.
And Celtics Lakers is better.
And the rivalries between the Knicks and the Bulls were awesome back then too. With Jordan and Ewing, they were freaking awesome. I want to go back. I want to go back to those days of basketball.
Before we get to the final commercial break, do you think and believe that the Bulls and the Cavaliers will be having a lot of brawls this year? Because everybody will be expecting that the East Conference is going to be tight.
Well, understand this about LeBron James. He doesn't look for brawls. I mean, he knows that players are going to – listen, he knows players are going to intimidate him.
You got to body up.
That's what I admire about LeBron. LeBron does not start fights. LeBron's never in a fight. LeBron is, hey, bring your chip shots. I know I'm the best player. I got my championships. You know what? That's LeBron for you.
He's never started one, but he's been in a couple. I've seen him throw his hands around. And on that note, we're going to run to our final break. You're listening to Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and Frank Sprinkle on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family. We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Jeff Escow, Sean Mann here, back with you. Sports World Radio doing our thing. Frank Sprinkle joining us in the second hour of the show. And I hate to tell you, kids, we're on commercial break. The three of us are talking, and the Skippy bashing continues. On hold. It just kept going and it's got a life of itself. And we gave enough time to that prick. I don't want to give no more to him.
In the NBA, going back to the topics again, as you all know, we talked about this. I got this one saved to see how many games the Cavaliers. The Bulls have rolled in at number 4. They're favored to win 55.5 games. And Frank, what would you think about that number 4 for the Bulls?
Number 4 for the Bulls, in terms of now, is this out of every team in the NBA?
This is out of every team in the NBA.
Who's higher than the Bulls?
Cavs.
Number 3 is the Spurs. Number 2 is the Thunder, and number 1 is the Cavaliers with 58.5 games.
All right, so it's not like we're talking about the New York Knicks in this category.
Hey,
the Bulls
what
are
do you
going to
got?
win a lot of games.
Hey, wait a minute. What are you throwing my team in there for? They didn't do anything to you.
Dude, the New York Knicks aren't good enough to win as many games as Chicago Bulls this year.
Are you throwing my team under the...
Dude, you even agreed with me that the Bulls were the best team.
What are you throwing?
At least better than the Cavaliers
I
were.
agree. I agree with you. Doesn't mean you got to throw the Knicks under the bus for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. Did I throw the Chicago Bulls under the bus? No. So why are you throwing the Knicks under the bus? Hey,
because
Skip.
they got Carmelo Anthony, okay?
Hey,
you talk about a superstar-driven team, there you go.
Hey, Skip, you hear? You hear, Skip? I didn't say my New York Knicks, did I? What are you going to throw the Knicks under the bus for? What did they do to you?
What did they do to me? Let's see. How about the 1994 playoffs? Remember that?
Let me ask you a question. Did you still win?
Right, we won 3 championships in the years to follow.
Okay, then be quiet. The Knicks still are trying to win one. Just sit there and be quiet, you.
I can't wait until October 29th. The Chicago Bulls at the New York Knicks, and that game is nationally televised on ESPN.
Wait, which game is that?
The Bulls versus the Knicks.
At the Knicks on the 29th. That's opening night at MSG.
Yeah, it's opening night. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, come on. The Bulls are stacked with talent. You know what? I honestly think the Bulls have a better chance to win the NBA title, at least get to the NBA Finals, than do the Cavaliers.
I agree with you 100%, but don't throw the Knicks under the bus. They didn't do anything to you.
And then on Halloween, the Chicago Bulls will host their home opener against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that game is on ESPN for you Bulls fans out there.
Boy, ESPN is not completely biased now, are they?
No, they're not, are they?
No, they'll be showing a lot more Cavalier games because everybody will say, Cleveland's going to be the team. And Skippy Bayless today, Frank, said that Blatt, the head coach, is going to do a really good job this year for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that they will be good.
I think, you know what? I think Skip Bayless goes on his show, before his show, I think he freaking either drinks a whole bottle of vodka or he smokes a big blunt. One or the other. Hey, Sean, do you know that the Knicks lost to Boston last night?
Dude,
I do know.
How many Cowboy fans are going to be drinking plenty of vodka come Sunday night after? And remember, it's a late start Sunday night after their team is getting blown out and realizing, boy, this dream is over.
You know what, Josh, when you're watching First Take Monday morning, and when they go to start talking about this game, I want you to take a picture of it from the TV, however you got to get it for me. I want the look on Skip Bayless's face, the look of despair that his Cowboys lost.
Josh says Vegas are a bunch of expletives. They never give any Chicago teams credit. I bet you they don't even have the Hawks as title contenders this year. Frank, what do you think of that?
I think the Blackhawks are poised to win another Stanley Cup championship. Here's the thing.
Geez.
The Blackhawks, come on. Let's talk about fatigue. The Blackhawks were fatigued a year ago. It's now the Los Angeles Kings' turn to be fatigued. Blackhawks.
So you're picking the Blackhawks to win the whole thing?
Yes, I am, and I'm not saying that as being biased. A year ago, I didn't pick the Blackhawks to win the Cup. I'll be honest. A year ago, I thought being that they were coming off of the lockout-shortened season. On top of that, too, you had the Stanley Cup Finals ridiculously being played in the late June. I thought there was going to be plenty of fatigue.
Hey, Gary Bettman, you're a moron. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 games going on right now, and not one of them is on the Versus channel. What the hell's the matter with you?
Dude, it's NBC Sports Network, and another thing, too.
They could say, hey, you want to watch some rodeo or you want to watch some hunting?
You know what I'm watching? You know what's on that channel right now?
Colts, Texans anyway.
You know what's on that freaking channel right now?
What?
A freaking car auction. Put a freaking hockey game on, for Christ's sakes.
Wait. Go to the NHL. Dude, you need to upgrade your sports package.
Hey, let's auction off some cars. The heck with
Car
hockey.
auction.
Let's auction off a Ford Bronco or a
And they got freaking college soccer on Fox Sports West. What the hell's going on here?
College soccer.
They're saving all the MLB playoffs for this weekend.
Not
That's all
only
they're trying to do.
college soccer, but women's college soccer. BC playing UVA. The hell's going on? And they got a NASCAR race on ESPN2.
Oh, that's one sport I will never. Wait, I don't even consider NASCAR to be a sport. Dude, do you consider NASCAR to be a sport?
Not if I no. You know why? Because if I can sit and piss and still do the sport, it's not a sport.
So let me ask you a question, yes or no. Is NASCAR in your mind considered a sport?
No.
Okay, mine too. I don't listen. NASCAR is the one thing I will not talk about with anybody.
Oh, jeez.
I got the freaking car auction on. I got the freaking car auction on, and there's 4 hockey games going on. Way to go, Gary Bettman. Why don't you put one of those on NBC Sports, you rat bastard?
Hey, did you know I get the NHL Center Ice package for free, at least on a trial basis?
Yeah, for a week.
Yeah, for a week, and then they'll pull the plug.
Yeah, to suck you in.
That's okay. I'll be able to watch all my
Bettman.
Blackhawks, including tonight against the Dallas Stars.
He probably would say, Gary Bettman, he probably would say, I'm just trying to expand the game and just trying to put some games here and there on television.
He wants to put 2 more teams in the league, but yet he can't get a freaking game on NBC Sports. What a freaking moron he is. Unstinking believable. Another jackass heard from.
Yeah, there's another one. Hey, you know what? The 2 sporting events that I actually care tonight are within the state of Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Why?
Well, you have the Blackhawks opening up the season in Dallas against the Stars, and the Texans are playing the Colts in Houston.
Oh, I get the Colorado-Minnesota game on NBC Sports at 6 o'clock tonight. Woohoo! Right during the freaking football game, you jackass. You have a hockey game that's going on right now. You could put that on and not compete with the football game. You are a moron.
That's Gary Bettman for you, the guy who thinks he's doing a great job as NHL commissioner despite the lockouts.
I'd have a hockey game on right now, and then I'd have another one on during the football game, and I wouldn't care. Because that game's going to be a blowout tonight, that football game, because it usually is, so people are going to be looking for something to watch. What are they going to go watch, college football or maybe a hockey game? You jackass.
College football.
I would go to a hockey.
Look, Blackhawks are my team. I'm going to be watching them, but I also have interest in what happens between the Colts and Texans. Huge divisional game for both teams.
I go to a hockey game.
You know what, Jeff? You don't need to worry because, the NBA coming up in a couple weeks. I know you're looking forward to it. As I look at kind of going back to the NBA, the Cavaliers open up at home against the New York Knicks on Thursday night on TNT. I will be thinking of you the whole time, Jeff,
I know. I get the Knicks.
You would like to see LeBron get smoked by Carmelo.
I know. I get the Knicks twice in a couple of days because they got the Cleveland, and then they got the Bulls.
And I know, Frank, you'll be ready to watch that game too. The Knicks playing against the Cavaliers on that first Thursday night game for TNT, even though the NBA starts.
How great is that going to be?
I'm getting ready to watch the Blackhawks and the Stars tonight.
How great would that be if the Knicks could actually beat the Cavaliers and the freaking Bulls and be 2-0 starting the season? That would be awesome.
Maybe 3-0 because you do know that the Knicks. Let's see, they're 29th. They're playing the Bulls at home, and then they got to go to Chicago on Halloween night
and play them again, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be 3-0, beating the Bulls twice and Cleveland once. Season's over. Let's go. We win. Thank you. Hey, you know something? If Cleveland doesn't beat the Knicks on opening night, I wonder what Skippy's going to say.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Do you think they'll be panicking on Cleveland?
No.
You don't think they'll be panicking and all?
No, but I like to see Cleveland go on a 10-12 game losing streak. I'll tell you that.
Then they'll be in panic.
Forget that, dude. That's all you hear. Forget Skip Bayless. You'll hear ESPN, NBA TV, everybody, sports talk, including us across the country. Everybody will be talking about the fact that the Cavaliers just can't win.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that. That'd be great. I would love that.
Got Blatt as his head coach. Blatt, who's never had any coaching experience, and Skip Bayless says,
did he coach in Israel?
Yeah, well, he's got no NBA experience. He's got no NBA experience. None. Zippo. And if you the game in Jerusalem's the same game in the NBA, you freaking nuts.
And Jeff, then you'll say, hey, Skip Bayless, what happened with this idea of Blatt being a great NBA coach by the time spring comes up? You won't hear a peep out him.
Especially when they change coaches next year. I'm going to really be all over his ass. Hey, we're going to get the we're getting the flock out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us for 2 hours today. We had a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. I know Sean did. I know Frank did. Hey, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Peace out, everybody. For Sean Mann, Frank Sprankle, I'm Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
Adios.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over.